Albuquerque's mayor has chosen the state's public safety secretary to take over the city's troubled police department. And Gordon Eden is no stranger to the city. He grew up in the South Valley. He and his wife raised 2 children here. And at a press conference this morning, Eden talked about his days with the New Mexico State Police patrolling his old neighborhood.
Worked in the South Valley where I grew up, and it gave me that strong sense of community as a state police officer working in the neighborhood where I grew up.
Eden will be paid $158,000 a year. That's a nice raise from the $116,000 he was making for the state. He'll start on interim police chief Alan Banks' last day, February 27th. Eden, of course, is taking over at a tough time for the department.
There's the DOJ investigation and what the union says is an understaffed force with low morale. But Eden has big plans to fix that, and he wants to do most of it in his first 100 days. News 13's Chris McKee is live at APD headquarters with more. Chris?
Eden says he's confident in the Albuquerque Police Department's ability. However, he's basically ordering a top-to-bottom review of how it's organized, what employees are concerned about, and what the future officers are learning.
Gordon's the right man for the job at the right time.
With approval from Albuquerque Mayor R.J. Berry, New Mexico Secretary of Public Safety Gordon Eden now takes his nearly 40 years of law enforcement experience to the Albuquerque Police Department. Right off the bat, he released this, his plan for the first 100 days in office. He says change needs to start at the top.
We have great leaders within our police department, and I'm going to demand that their leadership rise to the top.
But he's also concerned about how many officers are patrolling the streets.
Well, I think the biggest deficiency right now is the numbers.
There's currently about 900 officers at APD, but Eden is not just worried about numbers. He's also worried about the training officers get in academy.
Look at the way we recruit, number one. And then number two is how do we build a structure within the training process that we have top-notch people graduate.
He also wants to review all of the leadership positions in the department, and leadership is something Eden knows a thing or two about. He's been the DPS secretary for 4 years and manned New Mexico's U.S. Marshals Service field office. Mayor Berry says that federal connection is valuable for the chief job, with the department in the middle of a federal investigation into its use of force.
Being familiar with and acquainted with and having those bridges built between federal, state, and local, I think is really important.
Eden says he's not waiting on the feds to make recommendations. He plans on making changes now.
We don't want to stay in a position where we're doing nothing, waiting for somebody to publish a report.
Eden says he also plans on talking to every employee to improve morale.
I'm going to ask them what are their top 3 concerns.
It's something police union reps say is needed.
It's kind of a dangerous time right now because morale is the #1.
Now, the union told us today it thinks that Eden's hiring is a political move. Union Vice President Sean Willoughby says he wishes the city looked harder to find somebody within the department to run it. Back to you.
Okay, Chris, the ACLU, a civil rights group, says it's optimistic about Eden. They say if the Department of Justice hands down findings against APD, it's a good opportunity for him.
They will have the outside help to try and right some of the wrongs inside of the department and really get to the bottom of things that maybe have been ailing the department for decades.
We also asked Eden today about his plans to make sure the department is transparent and isn't withholding video or information. He told us he plans to be a transparent chief and will do his best to get information out as soon as possible. Eden says Governor Martinez was supportive of his decision to leave the state's Department of Public Safety. So who will replace Eden at DPS? The governor's office won't say, but there's talk that Greg Marcantel, the current New Mexico Corrections Secretary, could be a potential candidate for the job. Marcantel says he will go wherever he's needed.
Well, the mayor said today that one of the first issues Gordon Eden will face is the death of Omari Varela. The mayor is forming a task force that will try to determine how that 9-year-old boy slipped through the cracks.
We're going to have to build a partnership between not only the Albuquerque Police Department, but all police departments in this state with CYFD. So there's no finger pointing, but there's referrals, there's cooperation, and these cases are thoroughly investigated.
Omari was kicked to death by his mother back in December. APD had contact with Cynthia Varela Casals on several occasions In one case, 2 officers responded to her home after an abusive 911 call. They did not file a report. Those officers are on paid leave. The task force will bring in experts to discuss how deaths like Omari's can be prevented. For more information on new Police Chief Gordon Eden, go to our website, krqe.com. There you will find complete coverage of today's announcement and Eden's plans for APD. We'll have a sit-down interview with Eden tonight on KRQE News 13 at 10.